Greetings, AP coordinators. Derek Cometa here, host of Your Coordinated podcast. We're back with another mini episode. Today we want to raise awareness about two important tools for AP coordinators. The AP Coordinators Manual Part 2 and the live chat feature for contacting AP services for educators. Let's start with the AP Coordinators Manual Part 2. And to help me with this, I'm calling in the expert. I'm thrilled to bring back our first repeat guest, my friend and colleague, Shelley Gazes. And she is our go-to source for everything related to the AP Coordinators Manual. Shelley, welcome back to Coordinated.
Thank you, Derek. It's great to be back, although I do have to ask, I've heard some rumors that there may have been some other repeat guests, so I don't know. Do I really own that title?
You do. I'm
Okay.
unofficially bestowing it on you.
All right, I will own it then.
Very good. Well, Shelley, let me jump in with a little bit that I know. Just like Part 1, the AP Coordinators Manual Part 2 is only available as a PDF. No printed version is available.
That's right. Yeah, and it's up right now on AP Central, so coordinators can go right to our AP resource library in the AP Coordinator section. And I think, Derek, we're going to put the link in the show notes. Is that right?
Yes, it is.
Great. Yeah, so it's up and live now, right off the digital presses.
And now, Shelley, can you share some highlights about what is in our AP Coordinators Manual Part 2?
Sure. Yeah. So first of all, the Coordinator's Manual provides the policies and procedures for this year's paper and pencil exam administration process. So digital testing is going to be covered in a separate resource this year. Manual, as always, is about paper and pencil. As always, I encourage coordinators to start with the important information section. That's on pages 5 through 9. Now, throughout the manual, we've provided information about some of the unique aspects that schools might need to consider when planning for this year's administration specifically. So, for instance, 2021 considerations about proctoring or exam day activities, as well as some subject-specific areas like the speaking section for the world language exams and sight singing for the music theory exams.
Hey, Shelley, speaking of those student recording sessions, I saw that there is information in the manual for those schools who want to use Chromebooks for world language and AP music theory recording sessions. And that information includes the DAC app. That's the Digital Audio Capture app for Chromebooks. That's really exciting.
Yeah, it is. The DAC app for Chromebooks, we were planning to roll out last year in 2020, but obviously plans had to change a little bit last year. But fortunately, this year, this option, the DAC app for Chromebook, will be available, and we have details about that in the Coordinator's Manual this year. Derek, there's a couple of other areas I'd love to point out as well. So this year, there are some updates to the offsite testing policy. We've made some updates to help schools that want to utilize this option to help with social distancing during the administration. We have details about that in the selecting testing locations section of the manual. In the important information section, we've also provided some updated guidance about managing the break between sections 1 and 2. This is to help schools that might have limitations on how many students can be in a hallway or, say, a restroom at a time. There are also some updates to the process for packing up your exam materials to return them to the AP program, and that's covered in the returning exam materials section.
Oh boy, that one is going to definitely be of interest to AP coordinators. Sorry to interrupt, Shelley. What else?
No, that's okay. Just two more things to kind of round out some updates. We've provided a walkthrough of some updates to this year's Section 2 exam booklets. That's in the exam booklets overview section. And finally, the Chinese and Japanese section of the manual provides an overview of the changes to these exams this year. So Hopefully, schools have heard by now that there are no more CDs for these exams, which is great. And in the manual, we've provided the technical details for these exams. Coordinators can go ahead and share this information with their school's IT staff to help prepare for these exams. And we'll be sharing additional step-by-step instructions about Chinese and Japanese in a brand new resource that will be available next month.
All right. Well, there is clearly a lot of good information to be found. Thanks so much to you, Shelley, and your team, Lloyd, Kristen, Kim, and many more. Thanks to all of you for helping to put this together for us. We really appreciate it.
Yeah, thank you, Derek. I mean, I think, like I said the last time I was on, it really does take a whole village to create these manuals. So thank you to you, Derek, and thank you also to all the coordinators that we have heard from that have provided helpful input to us. And I know it continues to be a very difficult year, so I just want to wish all the coordinators the best in their administration this year.
So that's the latest on the AP Coordinators Manual Part 2. Now, let's talk about the live chat feature for contacting AP services for educators. So, what is the live chat feature? Good question, Derek. The live chat feature allows AP coordinators to engage with AP services through an online chat platform rather than the phone. So, if you are looking for an alternate to calling AP services, this might be for you. We can find the live chat on AP Central. In fact, many of the web pages with information for AP coordinators have this feature. The live chat button is on the right side of these web pages. It will be blue when a direct connection to an AP Services for Educators representative is available during College Board business hours. The same people at AP Services who answer the phone are also manning the live chat. The live chat does not contact a different department or group of people. It's just an alternative for calling over the phone. All right, that's it for today's mini episode. We'll be back very soon with a new special guest and a look at a few more FAQs. As a reminder, please don't forget about our interactive mini workshop series this spring. They are free and you can register right now at collegeboard.org/AP Coordinator Training. We'll put that link in our show notes as well. We hope you join us there. Huge thanks once again to our special guest today, Shelley Gazes. Thanks to Amy O for her amazing artwork with our podcast logo. Thanks to Jackie Ray for her theme song, Good as Gold. And of course, thanks to my favorite people in all of education. That is you, AP coordinators. No doubt, you are always good as gold.
And maybe I just don't know. I'll say it over and over and over again till I believe it's so. I'm good as gold.